position. And they probably are the most interesting QB depth chart team. Would we agree with that? Is there any other QB depth chart that we care as much about as we do with the Cleveland Browns?
I'm interested in the Giants and Jackson Dart.
The Giants, the Colts maybe?
Yeah, the Colts.
Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson, but
that's more of a battle than a depth chart.
It's more of a default at this point. Like, all right, we got these two by default. In the moment, I'm rooting for both these guys because I think they both have gotten somewhat of a raw deal to some extent. But anyway.
Daniel Jones got a raw deal?
I think the way the fans treated him, because I think he actually did better than the fans realized.
Did you see Daniel Jones' deal with the Giants?
I know.
He got paid,
well,
yeah.
okay.
I was about to say.
Pretty sweet deal, if you ask me.
They paid Daniel Jones.
Contractually,
over
yes.
Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
How'd that work out?
Not great.
I actually still think that was the right decision.
Okay.
You always pay the quarterback over the running back. You just paid the wrong quarterback.
Well, you paid Danny dimes and you got Danny 10 pennies. It didn't really work out.
Neither did that joke, let's be honest.
Just saying, that's what he turned into.
Actually wasn't bad.
Danny, 10 pennies?
Wasn't bad.
Okay. Anyway, so the Cleveland Browns depth chart was released yesterday, all while they signed yet another quarterback, okay? So Joe Flacco 1, Kenny Pickett 2, Dylan Gabriel 3, Shador Sanders 4. They signed Snoop Huntley, and oh, by the way, they still have Deshaun Watson. What did you guys make of the depth chart yesterday as released by the Cleveland Browns?
Well, they've been dealing with some injuries. Joe Flacco is ancient. Kenny Pickett's got the soft tissue hamstring. Dylan Gabriel had to get sit down because he's got a lower body issue, soft tissue injury. And then, of course, Shador Sanders had to miss practice the other day because of arm fatigue. So it just made sense to get another body in there at training camp to allow this quarterback competition to continue and not put somebody out there before they're ready and potentially jeopardize them missing an extended period of time. So I have no problem with them bringing in Snoop Huntley. This is going to be fascinating, though, in terms of how all of this works out, because contrary to everything you're hearing coming out of Cleveland, there's no world that exists in which they carry 4 quarterbacks on the active roster. There's going to be somebody left without the seat when the music stops, and I'm curious to know who that person is.
If you had to put money on it now, who's your person that's going to be without a chair?
I think it ultimately ends up being Kenny Pickett. Joe Flacco is the pace car for all of the young quarterbacks in the Cleveland Browns quarterback room.
They know him, experience.
Exactly, they know him, experience. And here's the thing, he's a guy that you can throw out in the deep end early on when their regular season schedule is brutal. And the front office, the coaching staff won't get any slings and arrows if the team struggles. They'll just chalk it up as, hey, this is the baseline for what our team is in 2025. Conversely, if you do put Dylan Gabriel or Shador Sanders out there week 1, the player, the front office, the coaching staff, they lose all benefit of the doubt because you don't have any proof of concept when it comes to those young quarterbacks being able to play at this level. So Joe Flacco is the name they know. It's a guy that came off the couch, took him to the playoffs a couple of years ago. There's an affinity for him with the fan base because of them catching that proverbial lightning in a bottle. So I think that it would be Joe Flacco, barring any type of injury, just out of an abundance of caution in terms of being able to control the perception around what's happening with the Cleveland Browns quarterback playing.
Yeah, because the other guys, all of them have been hurt, right? I mean, Kenny Pickett is currently hurt. Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur had that shoulder injury. But I took this yesterday, guys, as actually really good news for Shador Sanders. Because to me, being named 4th string with all of the reports that we're getting publicly and some of the ones that we've heard privately, he's done pretty well. He said all the right things. He's handled himself the right way, as you would expect him to do. And I think this feels, making him the 4th string quarterback, like strategy. Like, in other words, you're going to be the guy at some point, but you're going to earn it, and we're going to put you through the ringer to earn it because we believe in you. Like, I'm a big believer that you give the hardest time to the person you believe the most in. You probably had it in your career. Like, they're not handing him anything. He's in essence the 2nd string because the other 2 guys that are ahead of him are hurt anyway.
Yeah.
So they could have easily listed him as the 2nd string. But it's probably more of a, you're 4th string. You're lucky these 2 guys are hurt. Keep working. Keep doing the right things. Keep saying the right things. They seem to be putting him through the ringer a little bit. And I think that's the tell that they like him and that they want to give this man a shot. And it doesn't have to be week 1 because you said Joe Flacco's a pace car. He's been there. Let Shedeur see what an NFL game looks like from the sideline, not from a luxury suite.
Ease him in.
Yeah. I don't know. I took this, and maybe I'm reading this completely the wrong way. You would know a lot better than I would, CC, in terms of how this works. I took this yesterday as, they believe in this young man. They're not because if they didn't, they could just put him at second string and kind of rush him through. I kind of like this for Shedeur. Am I wrong to think this way?
No, I agree with everything that you're saying. And after what you heard yesterday from Shedeur about why he didn't want his dad to show up to training camp, how could you not love him?
Let's listen to that right now. So he talked to yesterday about Dion not being in training camp.
I don't want him coming to see me right now because I want to get to where I want to go then for him to see me. I don't want him to come and see me, get a couple reps and, he's cheering like a good dad. Like, nah, you can't be proud of me right now. I got to get to where I'm going, and I know it's a lot I got to do to get there. So it's kind of like I just want everything that I'm doing is just like focus on this time, and I don't want no distractions because we know out of media, we know how everybody will take it and take away from the team just from him being my own dad showing up. So, it's a gift and a curse at the same time.
I mean,
A+.
A PR company couldn't script that better than what he just did.
A+.
Plus. Like, keep going with the pluses, Smalls.
No, he was amazing.
He was amazing.
And it seems very sincere, too, that he wants to achieve something on his own, and he doesn't want his dad to be there and support him until he's gotten to the place where he's proud of. And if you're a coach, how could you not love that? And obviously, they are self-aware. They know that if Coach Prime comes to camp, even just to support his son, it's a big story. We're going to talk about it. Attention is going to be brought onto him. And the fact that he's saying, I don't want that attention yet because I haven't earned it. I'm not in the place that I feel comfortable accepting that and bringing my dad into that. I want to be in a place where I'm proud of what I've accomplished. For him to be brought into the fold is amazing. That means he's not acting entitled because of who his dad is or the attention that he has around him or his celebrity. He's saying, I'm one of the guys, I'm here to work, and I'm here to win this job outright.
No doubt about it. And the part that becomes interesting is what happens this week and moving forward when we have live action preseason games against other opponents. Because for now, Shador Sanders has been kept under wraps. Anything that you see in practice, you chalk up. You don't put too much stock in the stats that everybody is tracking when it comes to all of the quarterbacks' performances in these training camp practices. But guess what? What they do on the field, starting on Friday night at Carolina, is going to weigh heavily in terms of what happens next and who ultimately ends up being the week one quarterback. Because I agree with you. I think they're burying him on the depth chart to present.
Because they believe in him.
Well, to get the presentation of a true meritocracy. So if and when he ends up being the starting quarterback in the regular season, everybody understands that he would have earned it.
Yep.
Now, that plan, if you're going to insert him midway through the season as opposed to early on in the season, only works if Joe Flacco or one of these other quarterbacks goes out there and operates the offense like a competent NFL quarterback. But if those other guys ahead of him on the depth chart struggle and Shedeur comes in and makes some splashy plays, which I anticipate if he's going to be playing against second and third string preseason guys on other teams, then all of a sudden the players in the locker room are going to look at Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry and ask them, hey man, what the hell are we doing? Like, those players above all else want to win. They could give a damn about the 2 first-round draft picks that the Browns have in 2026. They don't care about Joe Flacco's feelings. Hell, they don't care about Jimmy Haslam's feelings. They want to win because they understand winning in this league is job security. And they want to feed their families. So if Shador Sanders represents the best option at quarterback to help us win football games, then that's who they're going to want out there. Timeline be damned. So that's where everything can get a little bit wonky when it comes to how the Cleveland Browns are going to play this. It's all going to be predicated on what we see out of these preseason games. Usually I don't wait a whole lot into preseason games. But in this instance, because of the public quarterback battle, because of the high profile of